Hello bowlers everywhere. Welcome back to Bowl's Theory of Everything. Today we're looking at one of the most fascinating and crucial roles in bowls, the lead bowler. That's the one that steps onto the mat and plays at the front of the rink. And in this video we'll explore the basics of leading, why it's such an important role, and how to set yourself up for success. Whether you're new to bowls or will want to refine your skills, this is a perfect starting point, so let's get into it. In the first section, I'll deal with what is a lead bowler, what is their value to the team, why is it so important, and would you like to be a regular lead bowler? Being the lead bowler might not have the glamour of a skip or have the variety of the second or third player in the team, but it's the backbone. The first bowl sets up the stage for the entire end. A good lead can inspire their team and apply pressure to the opposition right from the start. A bowl on the jack throws the opposition and it sets the tone for the whole of that end. Yes, your mistakes are out there for everyone to see. When there's lots of bowls on the rink and you bowl a bad bowl, it doesn't show up as much as the first bowl, the second bowl. If you bowl too short, too wide, it's there for all to see, especially if you've got a nice colour bowl like I have. But think of it this way. You've also got the clearest rink. There's nothing there. The jack's put to your own length if you're casting the jack. There's no bowl in the way. You don't have to avoid the front one. You don't have to change your position on the mat. You can settle down, and that is a wonderful thing to be. You're in total control, and that's a privilege no other position has. For new bowlers out there, you'll know that you're often asked to start your career in bowls as a lead, and the reason is it's the best place to learn the fundamentals. The lead role is all about the draw shot, which is the most important skill in bowls. Once you master the draw, that's curving round to the jack, you've got the foundation for every other shot in the game, except firing. And my next video, after the part 2 of this, is on firing, and so that will be released shortly, later this week. As a beginner, you might not yet have the experience for more complex shots, like the drives or weighted draws. That's okay. Leading helps you to build confidence in delivering consistent bowls. It's a fantastic way to learn the rules. You're in a good position in the rink to look at how all the other two players play their game, and you can understand how they read the head and pick up strategy. So it's a great place to be. Think of leading as your apprenticeship. Once you've gained experience, you can move into the other positions. Some bowlers are natural skips anyway, so they do move down further quickly than other people. They sometimes have a feel for those yard-on shots and the avoiding front bowls. If you love leading like I do, stick with it and become a specialist. Next section is what makes a good lead bowler. If you want to be one, and a team is looking for a lead, how do you think they would advertise the post of lead? So here's a sort of job description for a lead bowler. If you want to take on this role, these are the qualities to aim for. Preparation. You must be mentally and physically ready to go before the match. And I'm preparing another video on preparation, and that will come after the firing video. Jack casting. You must be confident. I'll pick the jack up here. You must be confident in delivering to the length the skip calls for. I've put the jack up there, which is a minimum length, and there's another one on full length. Your skip will ask you to bowl there. You've got to be confident in bowling the jack to different lengths. Consistency. You should be able to draw consistently to the jack. Adaptability. You must be able to assess the rink conditions early and adjust your play accordingly. Focus. You should be able to stay engaged throughout the game, even during long breaks between your deliveries. Good lead bowlers are the foundation of a winning team. They're often the first names written on the team sheet. My final section today, tips for lead bowlers. Firstly, and this is very underrated thing, practice your jack casting. I don't see many people ever practicing jack casting, but it's an excellent thing to do, and so much depends on the length of jack. Some bowlers even struggle to keep the ball on the rink, the jack. It comes out sideways or something. I may well have a jack casting video in the future, but for today, suffice it to say that it's very difficult to bowl to a minimum. I had a skip who stood on where that minimum jack is, and I had to bowl from this mat to the exact minimum. If I was 2 feet short, he'd get cross and throw the jack back, and if I was 1 yard over behind where he stood, he'd get angry and he'd stand there with his arms folded. Now, skip shouldn't do that, should encourage you. And if you're bowling a short jack, if I'm skip, I stand 1 yard behind the minimum to give the bowler just that little bit of leeway, and he or she's able to relax. Secondly, perfecting your routine. That basic repetition of the draw and that consistency. So that just comes with practice and practice honing your techniques. Stay engaged. Don't switch off after your bowls are delivered. Watch the head as it develops and support your teammates. Stay involved in the game. The knack is that you have to stay engaged but still retain your concentration so that when you come to bowl again, you haven't forgotten the line and length that you bowled before. Embrace the role. Leading is an art form. It might not get the glory. You might have your lead bowls right down on the jack. You might have put your bowls there, and by the time you've walked from the other end, they've been knocked off or in the ditch, and you think, well, I've got nothing to show for my bowls. But you have. You have to be confident in your ability and repeat that time after time, and that will pay off as the match unfolds. Take pride in the position of lead. Give it your best every time. Well, that's it for part 1. In the next video, we'll dive into more advanced strategies and techniques to take your lead game to the next level. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Bowles Theory of Everything. Until next time, good bowling. Bye-bye.